Live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, two of the best teams in the game square off. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers.
And now, please welcome
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And taking the ball for Milwaukee, Robert Gasser. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They could move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Shoots a line drive single into right center. So a man on base to start the inning.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Now it's Mookie Betts.
Ball inside.
And the 1-0. Shohei on the go. Swing and a miss. Throw
He's
to
in there.
second. Out of bounds. Safe.
Well, he's batting leadoff, and he's acting like a traditional leadoff hitter. Gets on base to start the game, then puts himself on second with a nice stolen bag. I think that sets the tone for the offense for sure.
Man at second. And that is out of play. Out of bounds right side, Terang. One out in the top of the first. Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. This is a ball club that can really slug. Lots of homers, lots of extra base hits. And Chris, that of course a huge part of success in the standings for this group.
In today's game, hitting with power is essential, Boog. With pitchers throwing 95 and above, stringing hits together is hard to do. So home runs and extra base hits are crucial, and that's exactly what they've been doing.
Freddie Freeman in the box now. Takes strike one. That misses the zone, and the count is 1-1.
Oh.
This to third. In plenty of time to first. Now 2 away as they get a run across.
Good situational hitting right there. Grounds out, gets that run in from third. They get on the board first.
Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Huh. Nope, that's high.
Swing and a liner foul off to the right.
They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
And they'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is that. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Brewers coming to bat. ready to go for the last half of the inning. And on the hill for the Dodgers, Roki Sasaki. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know this. He's got good enough stuff to overcome and get it done on the road as well as at home. So we'll see what he's able to do in this one.
Jackson Chourio leading things off and takes a strike. Comes up empty. That's strike two. Battling here as he fouls it away. In the air to left center. It drops in, gets away a little bit.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
This is Bryce Terang. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Chourio on at first, nobody out. The 2-0 is in for a strike.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they creeping into my mind right now.
That one off the mark, ball three. On the ground, right side. Fired to second, to first, double play. Nicely done.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Base is empty after the double play, and now it's William Contreras.
Hey!
The 0-1. Backed off the plate that time.
Straighten him up a little bit. Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
Here's a 2-1. And that one a little bit high.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And that's ball four. Tried another splitter, but missed the spot.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Here comes Christian Yelich. And first offering is fouled off.
That's a ball.
Breaking ball through there for a strike.
Let's go, Christian.
Line drive, and it stays fair. Lead runner around second. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now.
Center fielder, number 5.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Now here is Garrett Mitchell.
That's the ball.
Second and third, 2 down. On a line out towards center. Base hit, 1 run is in. The second run scores. It's a 2-run single. They take the lead. It's 2-1.
Comes through to drive in a pair and give them the lead. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that definitely felt good.
2 outs, runner on first. Next for Milwaukee, Jake Bowers. Line and a base hit into right. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Batting 7, the right fielder.
So up next,
10.
Sal Freeland.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
2 on, 2 outs. And that one is lifted in the air. Hernandez should have this one. And that will end the inning. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a couple left on. We move to the second in Milwaukee. It's the Brewers 2 and the Dodgers 1. Back here in Milwaukee, all set for the start of the inning. Kyle Tucker steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Hey!
Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. He'll take a trot around the bases. And we're level. It's 2-2.
There was a sinker up in the zone. It looked like it came out of the pitcher's hand a little bit too early. Doesn't have the velocity that that good 4-seam fastball does. And at the plate, he didn't miss it.
The batter now will be Will Smith. That's off the inside corner, and it's 1-0.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here at the top of the second. Line drive. That's a base hit into right field.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Muncy digs in. First pitch, and he has to get out of the way. Oh, great stop. There's 1 and 2. What a play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. tap back to the mound. Throw over to Bowers, and Hernandez is out. And that is the third out of the inning. Solo shot for the Dodgers this inning. And we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Back here at American Family Field, bottom of the inning, Joey Ortiz up now for the Brewers. Saying he wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff in the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
Our plate umpire, Earl Hendricks.
Yeah, with Hendricks, Boo, kind of interesting. He's a good, consistent umpire, but you do hear that he kind of favors one side of the plate more than the other. So it's really hard to know for sure, but I think that usually it has to do something with where he sets up prior to each pitch.
Pajes under it. Takes it in for the out.
Batting ninth, the third baseman, number 6.
Next for the Brewers, David Hamilton, singing he's never finished the season with more stolen bases in his entire career. Close, but called a ball. Ball 1. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges.
Ball.
And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. Tied up here in the early going. Fought off foul. Just off the inside corner, and it's a full count.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Pajes on his way over. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch.
Up next for the Brewers, the designated hitter, Jackson.
Back to the top of the Milwaukee order. Jackson Chourio will hit next. 1 for 1. He led off the bottom of the first with a single. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Betts whips it to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. 2 innings in the book, and it's 2-2. Back here in Milwaukee, on to the 3rd inning. Miguel Rojas steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That's off the mark, and that is ball 1.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
The wind to kick the 2-0. Yeah, that's fouled off. There's a strike, and he'll challenge that called strike. So the call will stand. Still 1 challenge left for them. Two. Out towards right center field. And there's 1 down.
Up next for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Shohei.
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Here's Shohei Ohtani. He's 1 for 1, led off the game with a single.
Good pitch to hit on a tee up in the zone. I think he was looking for something else right there.
And that one fouled off. Got him swinging. Now 2 away. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Mookie Betts will make his way to the plate. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. Check swing, and he went. It's 0-1. Two down, nobody on.
0-1.
And Mookie takes. Freddie Freeman lurking in the on-deck circle. And the 3-1. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Freddie Freeman will come up to hit. Line drive, base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Andy Pajes. Struck out swinging his first time. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1. That's a base hit. Flying around third is Betts. He scores and they have the lead. It's an RBI single, 3-2.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. First and second, 2 outs. Kyle Tucker getting ready to hit. On the ground, right side. Terang over to first in time. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Back here at American Family Field, set for the bottom of the third, Bryce Terang up now for the Brewers.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
That one fouled off. Next offering is fouled back. Oh, 0-2 now.
That's a ball.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. One, 2 now. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Hernandez turns to the right on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 1 down.
Up next for the Brewers.
Here's the catcher, William Contreras. He walked and came around to score his first time up.
No.
He's
outside.
just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Pajes takes it in for the out. That's out number 2.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Yelich stands in now and watches strike 1. Laser could be trouble. Around first and hustling for second. And he's got his second double of the game.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
So runner at second, 2 down. Garrett Mitchell up now for the Brewers. He drove in 2 with a single his first time up. That pitch gets the corner, 0-1. Mitchell wants another look at the called strike. Gets a challenge. And the strike call will stand. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. Man on second, 2 down. Swings and misses. That is strike 2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count. That's a really good take.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Runner at second, 2 down here in the last half of the 3rd. Stays alive.
That's the ball.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. I really think the outer half is open.
Man at second. Off the mark there. 3-2 now. Jake Bauers in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Got him swinging for the strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Brewers strand 1. They trail it 3-2. Start of the 4th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Will Smith. Gets the strike. That was the sweeper.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
Fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit. Luis Rengifo coming into the game now as the injury replacement.
Number 13, Luis.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. He's 0 for 1.
You know, these Dodgers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
Man at second.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
Sliced hard, but fouled down the left side. You're getting a taste right here of what Max Muncy does. Has a really good eye of the strike zone. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4. Fouls that off to the left, and will do it again. And he walked him.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
And here comes Teoscar Hernandez for a critical at bat. Popped in the air, left field. And that is a big first out.
Up next for the Dodgers, the second baseman, Miguel Rojas.
Miguel Rojas at the plate. Fly to center his first time.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
2 on, 1 out. And fouled off. Here's the 0-2. Swing, and he popped it up. Makes the grab on the run. 2 down.
Up next for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Very big at bat coming up as Shohei Ohtani steps into the box. Swing and a foul straight back. Two on, 2 outs.
Owen.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
That one fouled off. 2-2. On the ground, right side. Terang throws to first in time. 3rd out. Dodgers strand a couple, but they're up 3-2. Ready to go, bottom 4. Stepping in, Jake Bauers.
Number 9, Jake Bauers.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. 1 up, 1 down.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Fielder, number 10, Sal.
Next for Milwaukee, Sal Frelick. Fly to left his first time. Inside, and it's 1-0. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Paul Gervais, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Trinan also throwing. The Brewers down by a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
Ball 2.
In the air, left field. And that's a fair ball. Around first, heading for 2. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
He really let that ball travel on the outside part of the plate, but that's a great example that you can still drive the baseball that's away. Rip that one down the line for the double.
Next for the Brewers, Joey Ortiz. Fly to center his first time. And that is downstairs. Ball 1.
Well, this is a little tough for the hitter. In the back of the mind, you're wondering, with first base open, am I going to get a pitch to hit? Got to stay back. Let your hands work. Stay in the middle of the field.
There's the strike, and it's 2-1. Freeland, the runner at second with 1 away. And that one fouled off. In the dirt, runner holds, and it's a full count. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Splitter in the dirt. Out on the drop, third strike. 2 gone.
Up next for the Brewers, the third baseman.
Let's take a look at his
13.
pitch usage in this one, Singy.
Well, he's known for that four-seamer, Boog, and we've seen plenty of it from him today. You don't throw one pitch this much without having plenty of confidence in it. And he's limited the damage so far. Nothing too bad. Might stick with this approach.
Line drive, base hit. Coming around third is Freeland. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, a big 2-out hit, and the game is tied.
Huge game-tying at bat right there. Came through in a big spot to drive in the run. Pitch was on the outside, didn't go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. No way he hits it that well if he hooks around the baseball there.
Go ahead run on base. Jackson Chourio up now for the Brewers.
Oh.
The 1-0. Liner, and this could be trouble. Rengifo headed for the plate. The relay, and he's out.
Out on the tag.
Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Man, I think his legs are feeling good in this one. He really tried to stretch it there to go from first all the way to home, but he ran out of steam a little bit as he came around third. Great relay from the defense, a quick tag at the plate, and they cut down the run.
Back here in Milwaukee, new inning getting started. Mookie Betts steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
You know, these Dodgers doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
Fouled off left side. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Now pitching for the
Jake
Brewers,
Woodford, ready or not,
41.
in the game now after the injury.
This guy's a strike thrower. He's done an excellent job of avoiding walks so far this season.
Out towards right center field. And there's one away.
Up next for the Dodgers, the first baseman.
Here is Freddie Freeman.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
And a base hit right there. So a man aboard now with one away.
Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Andy Pajes.
Used the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
Pajes goes 6'1", 25 years old, and he was born in Cuba.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
That's a ball.
That one to first. They get one. Tag out at second. It's a double play. And just like that, the inning is over. Halfway home, tied at 3.
Now pitching for
Back now to start the bottom of the 5th and taking over on the mound, Paul Gervais.
Well, at this point in the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and you need a little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
Here's the second baseman, Bryce Turang. Ripped on a line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. In safely with a leadoff double, go-ahead runs in scoring position.
Everything was mechanically sound with that swing right there. I mean, that's pretty much what you're wanting to replicate with every rep you take. You want good balance, barrel directly to the baseball, and good long extension after contact out in front of home plate. Man, there are a lot of doubles in a swing like that. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Next to hit, William Contreras. In there at the knees. 0-1. Go-ahead run in scoring position. Nobody out.
Ball.
One now. Almost got him. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Last half of inning number 5. That one misses. 3 balls and a strike.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations, and right here with a middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
Man at second. And that's fouled off. This one in the air, center field. Pajes in and to his right. 1 away.
Up next for the Brewers, the left fielder, number 22.
Here's Yelich at the dish.
Listen, there's absolutely no reason to pitch to this guy right here. You nibble, you see if he'll expand his zone, but don't give him anything to hit. If you walk him, not a big deal. You have a double play opportunity set up.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Well, impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands.
And that's a fair ball. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He'll score, and the Brewers take the lead. Safe, and that's his 3rd hit. Well, he delivers in a huge spot right there.
Well, he's so dialed in, I don't think he even realizes how much pressure exists out there. Very easy swing, nice and relaxed. This is the type of approach you want to see guys take in this situation.
Up now for Milwaukee, Garrett Mitchell. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. And that is cut on and missed. It's 0-1. Runner at second here, one gone. Foul ball there. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
Up next for the Brewers, the first baseman, number 9.
Now here's Jake Bauers. 1 for 2.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Out of here. A 2-run homer, and they add on. It's 6-3. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat. Good, aggressive, and it paid off.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Paul Gervais will depart. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for
To the mound now, they turn to Blake Trinan.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than 1 hit per inning pitch so far this season.
So 2 down. Now it's the right fielder, Sal Frelick. And first offering is fouled off. Right side, hard hit. Inning over on the ground out. Took just 2 pitches to finish the frame out of the bullpen. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. It's now 6-3. We're back, and here's a look at how we got to this stage of the game. Kyle Tucker steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Kyle Tucker.
Let's go
Activity in the bullpen for the Brewers. Trevor McGill, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Hall getting cranked up as well. That missed by a lot. Ball 2.
Got to be real careful here. 2-0. He's hunting for his pitch. Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If he can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
The 2-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Here's a 2-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Right side. Terang on to first. He didn't make things easy for him there, but they still get the out.
The catcher, Will Smith.
Will Smith to the plate.
Let's go, Milwaukee.
The Brewers leading by 3, and we're the top half of the 6th.
Here we go, Jake.
That one finds the zone. That's strike 2. This is smacked left field line, and it stays fair. Now he'll turn for second. Yelich hurries it back in, and they hold him at second. Maybe this is going to be the moment they start the comeback.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. It's always fun to see a double rip down the line. That one just barely stayed fair, so that was a good call by the umpire. He was all over it.
1 out, runner at second. And now it's Max Muncy. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. One out and a runner at second. High fly ball out towards left field. Can't get to it, and this should score the run. The relay to the plate, safe, and the runner from second scores on the play. It's 6-4.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
One down. Teoscar Hernandez now at the plate.
Nope, that's away.
The 1-0. Tap foul at the plate. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. Man at second. Teoscar goes down on strikes.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Jake Woodford gives way, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for the
On the mound
Brewers,
now, Grant
number
Anderson.
56.
Pretty big spot he's coming into, trying to strand that runner at second base. So he's going to need to make some quality pitches. He does have first open if he needs to use it.
And next for L.A., Miguel Rojas. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Runner at second, 2 down. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Muncy on his horse around third. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and now they trail by 1.
Well, back within 1 as he brings home the run. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Here's Ohtani, 1 for 3. And a foul ball. Rojas leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Comes up empty. Slides for the stop. And that's a nice play to end the inning. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 8-9-1 scheduled in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Brewers 6 and the Dodgers 5. Back here at American Family Field, bottom of the 6th inning.
On the mound, he's looking to keep momentum on their side with a quick inning. Keep those runs they just scored in the bank instead of handing them right back.
And that one fouled off.
Well, these Brewers, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. It's been a real team effort. Already 7 extra base hits, so that goes to show they're getting contributions from top to bottom. Nobody's doing that by themselves.
Ball 1.
Swing and a ground ball. Freeman takes it to the bag. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Up next for the Brewers, the third baseman, number 13, Luis Rengifo.
Luis Rengifo up now for the Brewers. Singled and drove in a run his first time through.
Ball.
Just missed. Late swing, foul to the left. The 2-1. To the right side. To first. And there are 2 down.
Up next for the Brewers, the designated hitter, Jackson.
So back to the top of the order. So here's the Brewers DH, Jackson Chourio.
Nope, that's low.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th.
Let's go, Jackson.
Yes.
That one called a strike. And a count 1-2.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Two down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Brewers go down quietly as it remains a 6-5 ball game. Back here in Milwaukee, we go to the top of the 7th. Mookie Betts steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with one swing here.
Check swing went around. Strike 1. Looking to get the tying run on base.
No, that's a ball. Nope, ball two.
And he takes one right on the black. And the count's even at 2. Now one missed. Freddie Freeman up next for the Dodgers. And a payoff pitch. The rare K for Mookie. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. I mean, you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. And that's outside. And that's ball 1. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And next will be the Dodgers cleanup hitter, Andy Pajes. In there for strike 1. With a single base runner because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. The Brewers trying to hold a 1-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself in the scoring position.
And this one squirts away from the catcher. Throws to second, and he's out easily.
You know, Boog, this is the part of the game that oftentimes is overlooked. This is the grunt work. Great job of the catcher using his body to deaden that pitch, keeps it close, and then throws a strike down to second. Hats off.
Line to right, base hit. So the tying run reaches with 2 away.
Well, that was an important at-bat in this game, so a great job there stepping up to the challenge. He recognized the rotation of the baseball out of the hand, stayed tall on the backside, and crushed that pitch the other way.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Grant Anderson won't go any further tonight. And he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for the
So the Brewers bring on a new pitcher from the pen, Trevor McGill.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
2 outs, runner on first. Kyle Tucker, the next to hit. He's already homered in this game. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play.
Right now, they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
And the 0-1. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they have the lead. Another homer. His second home run of the game. And they jump in front in the 7th. It's 7-6. You can sense it inside the stadium. These fans are devastated.
No doubt in my mind, just about everybody in this ballpark holding their breath on that one. I tell you, just barely snuck it inside the foul pole, and talk about a huge swing. That's it in this ball game. Could be the biggest swing of this ball game. We'll see.
So 2 down. Will Smith digs in now. This one in the air, center field. And that's the 3rd out. 2-run shot for the Dodgers this inning. It's now a 7-6 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show.
Now pitching for
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jonathan Hernandez.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
The second baseman.
Well, 1-run game. Now it's the second baseman, Bryce Terang. Up the middle. Fires to first on the run. Nicely done for the out.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it. Got the ground ball.
William
Contreras up now for the Brewers. Action in the pen down there. Will Klein up and loosening in the pen. Vesia, the lefty, warming up as well. The Dodgers holding on to a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. So 2 balls and no strikes.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here. Now you get to this part of the order. Yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you, if he will.
Swing and a bouncer. Sends it to first. Got the out.
Next for the Brewers, the left fielder, number 22, Christian.
And now it's Christian Yelich. 3 for 3, and he's come up with 3 doubles.
Let's go, Yelich.
That's the ball.
Way to be patient.
Nope, that's off the plate.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Ground ball, Freddie Freeman. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Nobody left for Milwaukee. Down a run in a tight one. It's 7-6. Back here at American Family Field, we go to the 8th. Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Just missed.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
What a stop. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. 0 for 3 in this one.
Oh!
Rip, but it curls foul. McGill measures 6 feet 8 inches, 255 pounds, and he was drafted in the 7th round back in 2015. Right through there for a strike. got him swinging for the K. Had him out front for strike 3.
Well, oftentimes that's the pitch he's trying to set up, the curveball. He'll lean on it pretty heavily, so you got to be expecting it, look for it, and sell out so you don't miss it when you get it.
Rojas in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. In there at the knees.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Man, this has been a real important inning in relief. I mean, so far, they've been doing a great job holding that deficit at 1.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball. Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first-pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
The next offering misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good job to fight that one off. Two down, nobody on. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Ortiz. And that is that. Dodgers down in order as they still lead by 1. It's 7-6.
Now pitching for
Back
the
now,
Dodgers.
new pitcher on the
Number
mound as we
61,
roll into the bottom of the 8th. Will Klein.
Well, he's been excellent against left-handed hitters this year, and that's his first test. This looks like a good move to the pin in terms of the matchup.
Here's the center fielder, Garrett Mitchell.
Now, this guy, a player that, if he gets on base, has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Tanner Scott, the closer, getting cranked up for a possible save opportunity. And the 1-0. In for a strike. Went with the sweeper.
That's a ball.
Bunting for a hit. And foul ball. Two. In the air to left center. Hernandez on the move. And there's one down.
Up next for the Brewers, the first baseman, number 9,
Jake Bauers up now for the Brewers. He's already homered here in this one. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 1.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit. Just missed with a good breaking ball in, looking for that hitter to chase and perhaps get some weak contact or a swing and miss. Good job on both sides.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1. The Brewers trailing by a run here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Next pitch misses. 3-1. Sal Frelick in the Milwaukee on deck circle. Out towards left center. He gets there to make the play. A nice running grab. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Brewers, The right fielder, number 10.
Next for Milwaukee, Sal Frelick.
Frelick.
Outside. And that is ball one.
Nope, that's high. Huh.
Fought off foul. And a swing and a miss. And that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. They're right in it, though. It's 7-6. We go to the ninth, and now here's the Dodgers designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
That's a ball. Hey!
Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 2. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. The 1-2. Got him swinging. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with the high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Betts in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the ninth. Liner snagged at first.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And here comes the Brewers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Trevor McGill out of the game. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for the
Here comes the new arm for the Brewers, D.L. Hall.
He's throwing the ball very well overall this season. He's been really tough to get to. You see that ERA, and that's where you love to be.
So now it's Freddie Freeman. Ball 1, no strikes.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the ninth, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
1-run game here in the top of the ninth. Bounce to the left side. Ortiz. Over to first, and Freeman is retired. And the inning is over. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. They'll try and hold on to their 7-6 lead.
Now pitching for
Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Tanner Scott.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
the shortstop.
Well, 1-run game, Joey Ortiz getting ready to hit. 0 for 3, a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. The 0-1. That's down and in.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Late on that fastball.
Tried to stay back for something off speed. Good job of elevating that 97-mile-per-hour fastball up and out of the zone.
That's off the mark. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a ball lifted left field. 1 up, 1 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Rengifo up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Now just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
That's a strike. Rengifo thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. So the call will stand. So they're now out of challenges. The Dodgers trying to close out a 1-run lead, and the home team trying to pull it out. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Just 1 out remaining for the Brewers.
The designated hitter, Jackson.
Here's the leadoff man for the Brewers, Jackson Chourio.
Just missed with that good fastball inside, but it plants a seed in the hitter's mind. He's got to be ready for that pitch, which will open up the outside part of the plate.
2 down, nobody on. Late swing fouled off. In the air, right field. He'll squeeze it for the final out, and the Dodgers hold on to win a tight one as this one ends as a 1-run ball game.
Well, I'd say we got treated to a good one. Gotta love a game when you get 13 runs on the board. A lot of offense, but it doesn't end in a blowout. Tons of really good at-bats to look back on in this one.